Let us do articles today. What are articles? Articles are the members of determiner family. Now, what are the family of determiners? The family of determiners are articles, quantifiers, possessives, demonstratives, numerals, and negatives. So today we will just focus on articles a, and the. All right. Remember, the articles are used before noun. A or an and the. These are the two articles. Now look here. A and an are considered to be one article, and the second is the. A or an is called indefinite article. The is called as definite article. Why? Because it refers to a particular person or thing. All right. Now, we use definite to mean sure or certain. Definite means particular. We are talking about something particular. We use indefinite to mean not sure or not certain. Indefinite article we use when we are talking something in general. Now, what we need to understand is when we are talking about one thing in particular, we use the. When we are talking anything in general, we use a or an. Now let us understand how to use a or an. Now, article a or an is used before a singular noun. How do we choose when to use a or when to use an? The choice between a or an is determined by the first sound of the pronunciation of any word. You don't have to focus on any letter, all right, of the alphabet. Now, as we all know, the vowel is A, E, I, O, U. You don't have to focus on this particular letters to determine a or an. You have to focus on the sound. That is more important. And what is the sound? A, e, u, a, I, o, ow. So when you have these sounds, only then you have to decide when to use an. All right. Now let us look at the following example. Now, he is an honest man. Now, why did I write an over here? Because the first letter of this word starts with H, but the sound is aw. As I told you, aw. So that is why we have to use an over here. He is a European. Now, E is a vowel, but still we have used A over here. Why? Because the sound over here is European. Alright. Next is he is an SDO. Now, this letter is S, but still we have used an over here. Now, here we have to understand that the sound here is he is an STO. What is the sound? STO. So that is why we used an. Next sentence is he is an MLA. Now here M is a consonant. But still we have used an over here. Why? Because the sound of M is M. A. So that is why we used an over here. Let us see the next example. He is a one eyed man. Now, O here is a vowel. Still, we have used A. Why? Because one starts, the sounds of one starts with one. So, it is not a vowel sound. That is why we used A over here. The choice between a or an is also determined by the word which immediately follows a or an. So, if it is pronounced with a vowel sound, use an, otherwise, use a. This is what we saw earlier. For example, it was an extremely difficult situation. Extremely, extremely. So, what is the sound? A. So, then that is why we used an. I need an 80 feet long iron rod. That is why we used an over here. All right. So let us see some more examples. Now you tell me, will I use an hour or a hour? Well, we will use an and not a. Why? Because I am saying hour. Now, here, will we use an hourly meeting or a hourly meeting? Yes, we will use an hourly meeting. What about an hour's daybreak or a hour's daybreak? Again, we will use an hour's daybreak. Will we use a 1 rupee note or an 1 rupee note? Of course, we will use a 1 rupee note. A uniform or an uniform? We'll use a uniform. Though U is a vowel, but when we pronounce the word, it is uniform. So it is not a vowel sound. Next, an honor or a honor? It is an honor. Why? Because the vowel sound is honor, aw. Next, an honorary post or a honorary post? An. Similarly, an honorable guest, an honest man. A house or an house? House. Ha is a sound. So I will use a house. A historical fair or an historical fair? A historical fair. A husband. A heinous crime. A young man or an young man? A university or an university? Now look here. This is a little tricky because U is a vowel. But the sound here is university. It is not a vowel sound. So we will use a university, a unity, a union, a useful book, a useful feature, a united front, a unified plan, a year, a USA alley, an FO, an FO. Now, though it is a consonant here, we will still use an. Why? Because I am saying FO. A is a vowel sound. A forest officer, a member of parliament, an IAS or an IPS or an ILO, an SP or an SDO, an MA, MSc, MCOM, an RTS, RTC or RO. So I will say an RTS, an RTC or an RO, an RC worker, a UK ship, a one eyed man, a humble person, a unique decision. I hope where to use a and where to use an is very clear. Alright, we'll continue further and I'll explain you some more rules of articles. Alright, till then, practice this. Thank you so much.